Taxi! Taxi! The wolf!
Right away.
That's great. I love it.
Every time I come by this pastry shop, I wish I had a little money.
I wish you had a lot.
It all looks so good.
If you'd care to sample some of my cakes, I'd be most honored. I can honestly say they're very good, really.
Very expensive.
I must say, Rocco's companion seems to spend more time thinking about their stomachs than anything else.
Kids are always hungry. Besides, they've proved themselves on the battlefield. So don't judge them too harshly, Chaka. When you come right down to it, what's wrong with a bunch of kids running around town having a few laughs? You were a kid once too, weren't you?
Oh, that was 1,518 years ago, and it seems like yesterday.
Well, to these kids, yesterday seems like yesterday.
Yes, well, at any rate, vacation's over. It's time to get back to their studies.
Oh, don't be such an old fuss budget. You're only young once, after all. Besides which, I know quite a bit about the pranks you used to pull when you were a kid in school. How about the time when you put shoe polish on pieces of bread and try to hawk them to your schoolmates as liverwurst canapes? And then there was the time...
That is a base canard and tantamount to blackmail. And besides, it was shampoo, so there.
It's not blackmail, it's just a bargaining chip in the ongoing negotiations to persuade you to let the kids enjoy being young another little while. You do that, and I'll be mute as a carp about your past misdeeds.
It's a deal.
Take what you like, kids. It's on the house today.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Harkness. Bye-bye. Professor, I bring you this little token of appreciation in the hopes that you can lighten some of the heavier courses we take in school. For instance, history.
History is very important. I could never eliminate it.
I wouldn't dream of asking you to eliminate it, Professor, but couldn't you make it a little bit more fun?
Well, I suppose I could do that.
Really appreciate it, sir.
Well, anyhow, I never seen anything like it. It's amazing. We meet again.
I'll expect no help from any quarter. Unfortunately, the brave knight who was to join you didn't know how to swim.
Let's go after her. That way, come on. What's with the chief? Looks to me like something's bothering him.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's go find out. Come on, guys.
Hey, what's wrong, Prince? You can tell us. We're your friends.
Is something
Come
wrong?
on.
Yes, something's very wrong. Come to the palace and we'll talk about it, my friends.
Sounds serious.
Whatever it is, you can be sure he'll work it out.
So Maya said he drowned, huh?
We should remember that lies are Maya's stock in trade.
I'm sure he's right. Maya was lying.
We have to find Zitzit and ask him. He'll know for sure.
That's a good idea. Hey, come on. Don't just stand there. Get moving. Check with Zitzit.
But do you think that's necessary? You know how much I hate traveling.
You're wasting time and you know it, Chaka.
Well, I suppose you're right. Well, see you when I see you. I'll be back in a flash, if you'll forgive the figure of speech. Zitzit, where are you? Zitzit! Zitzit, it's your Uncle Chaka! Zitzit! Where are you, you little scoundrel?
Oh, I think I hear Uncle Chaka. Here I am, Uncle Chaka. I'm coming. Hold on.
Over here, Zitzit!
Hello, Uncle Chaka.
good
It's so
boy.
strange to see you again so soon. Ha! Almost 50 years have gone by before our last meeting, and now I see you again the next day.
I thought about like that. Well, you're not even 900 yet. When you grow up, you'll realize how little time means. I expect great things of you.
Really?
Really, I expect you to take my place in a couple of thousand years or so.
That soon? Are you sick, Uncle Chaka?
Zitzit, I'm not so sure. Are you sure Maya was lying and he's still alive?
Maya's a terrible liar. You know that. You should never take her word for anything. I checked it out myself.
I'm so glad.
Right before I went hunting for some tasty pebbles for my lunch, there they were, all stretched out snoozing Sir Sean and everyone.
Is that really true, my lad? Are you sure you're not lying, kid?
It's Maya who lies, not me, Uncle Chaka.
Your uncle is proud of you. You're a credit to the whole race of trolls and to your family.
Thank you, Uncle. So I guess this Sir Sean is really very important.
This magic ring has made it possible for us to
I
communicate.
thought you only knew how to make weird noises.
You must realize that not everyone in the world knows how to speak every single one of the world's many languages.
Yes, I must say he seemed a bit out of sorts, Uncle.
Well, it's only because he took the wrong turn at the fork. That would be so like him.
I could tell when he was angry at his squire that screaming his head off is also like him.
At any rate, Sir Sean is expected by Prince Rackle in person, so we have to make sure he gets there without any problems.
He will, don't worry.
Well, it's time I was going.
Aw, so soon?
Yes, I'd like to stay and visit, but they're expecting me to return with the news.
Well, if you have to, you have to. At any rate, don't worry about Sir Sean. I drew him a very detailed map. He's sure to make it to the palace with no problem.
Oh, that's my boy. I knew I could count on you. Thanks for your help. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Uncle Chaka. Uncle Chaka, you have to go back from the spot you came from. Wait a second. You won't get back to the palace if you don't leave from there.
Oh, you're absolutely right, my boy. I guess I must be getting old.
Huh? You're not even 4,000 yet.
Yes, I know, I'm still in the first flush of my maturity, but I must admit the thought of getting old gives me the willies.
Oh, come on, Uncle Chaka, be serious. You hopped across those stones like a kid. There's the spot for the palace.
Thanks for all your help, my boy. I appreciate it.
I'm always glad to be able to help, Uncle.
It's a great comfort to be able to have confidence in the rising generation. Well, goodbye, my lad, and thanks again.
There's Chaka!
Wow!
Did you talk with your nephew, Lord Chaka?
Yes, Anglong. It turns out you were right. My aunt was lying through her teeth. Sir Sean Braveheart and his retinue are alive and well, and on their way here to join us at the palace.
Yay!
The problem is that sooner or later Maya will realize she failed, and she's sure to attack him again, and maybe succeed this time. How can we make sure he gets through? There must be a solution.
Isn't there anyone we could send out to escort him to the palace and help him ward off any future attacks by Maya? That way he wouldn't be wasting any time.
I know! Captain Rodat and his 5th Battalion!
That's an excellent idea. Summon him.
I will.
Fine, lads, but if they only went to school a little more assiduously...
Lay off, Myelin. You promised you'd let them be for a while.
Oh, that's right, I did, didn't I?
Even though no one would believe me, I saw you smiling at me. And that smile gave me great happiness and strength.
Reveille, you sleepyhead! Sun's up, so you've got to get up!
Whatever happened to those nice radios that woke you up with soothing music?
Reveille, sluggard! I said reveille!
Oh.
Upon my soul!
We need to quit that!
In case you don't recognize it, sluggard, this is a garland of clover.
Huh? Why?
Well, you did save our lives now after all, didn't you?
What? A garland of clover?
Well, there's no guarantee there'll be any clover where we're heading, so be reasonable.
You really exaggerate everything, don't you?
Slippy, what are you talking about?
You must have 60 bales of clover in that shell of yours, and you're making all this fuss over what amounts to a little snack.
You incompetent little twerp. The clover in my shell has now been trampled and contaminated by your 4 smelly cadavers. This is fresh, got it?
I suppose so.
Some people, honestly. Ah, here he comes. All right, I see you have more clover, my lord. I hope you've come to tell me you found a field of it. I do have to stoke up to replace everything that went bad when I saved you.
I used all the clover for miles around to make that garland. Sluggard, I'm really so sorry, but all that was left over after I finished was this. I'm telling you the truth, Sluggard. Now, if you want this last little bunch, here it is. Sluggard, wake up and smell the clover. Now, let's get going and see if we can find a nice clover field. Come on up, you get.
Oh, clover. That's just what the doctor ordered.
I knew the idea of a clover field would get him moving. Come on!
Sir Sean, the ladder.
Thank you, Slippy. Now then, onward! I want you all to be very careful and keep your eyes peeled. I don't like the feel of this forest one little bit.
It's all right, Harry. Everything's gonna be just fine. Don't you worry.
Yeah, like you're gonna protect me, a little bunny. Ha ha ha! Now I feel really safe. Thanks a million.
Hang on there, Slippy! Here we come! Now the real fun's about to start.
I'm ready.
Monsters of the air, too? Well, they won't find us any easier prey than those hyenas did.
Those monsters aren't against us, they're for us.
Well, for once I have to admit you're right, Slippy. I don't know who they are, but I'm awfully glad they're here. Let's go after that nasty-looking fellow on the baby pink dragon. Attack! May I ask who you are, good sir?
Nashbad Gulat Klatma.
Well, Mr. Klatma, I can only say one thing. Speaking on behalf of my courageous little band of companions, I thank you for your intervention. Hello? I said we thank you.
Glish Grod Hoopuk.
Our friend here really has a rather major speech defect, wouldn't you say?
Sir Sean, the iron glove which is part of your armor will not allow the magic ring to function properly.
Oh, silly me. I don't know what I was thinking. I have to remember that in the future. I am Sir Sean Braveheart, and speaking on behalf of my courageous little band of companions, I wish to thank you for your intervention today.
My name is Rodat, son of the 5th Airborne Battalion, and I'm on a mission here ordered by my Lord Shaka and Prince Rakhal.
Well, I never. They're our friends.
I was just about to say that.
My companions and I are on a mission ordered by my ruler, Prince Birion of the Enchanted Forest, to find this same Prince Rakhal.
Then you'll be pleased to know that our express purpose in coming here is to escort you to the Prince's palace.
Ah, well, I must say that fits in with our plans perfectly. The best news I've heard in ages.
Yes, that's wonderful. It's almost too good to be true.
You aren't just talking horse feathers, youngster. Rodat, we would be honored to make the last part of the journey in the company of such warriors.
Yes, yes, yes!
Well, shall we be making a start?
Most definitely. Now,
cease, desist, hold everything.
Huh? What's going on?
I detect the unmistakable heady scent of clover near here.
I very much regret, Rodat, that we will have to delay our departure until my mount here has taken the nourishment he needs. I gave my word, and as you know, a knight's word is sacred.
Yes. I'll ask a question, if I may. Gastropod Class A, Sluggard. Am I correct?
Yep, that's absolutely right. Why are we all standing around like bumps on a log? Let's get a move on.
Oh, I smell trouble.
Well, if everyone's ready, I suggest we move.
We're on our way!
As you know, our friends here are extremely important to Prince Rackall. We're to protect them with our lives, understood?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir!